everyone's faces. Just then, the most ignorant amongst the group spoke up.
つうかさ、もしかしてこのゲームってこのまんまじゃ永遠に終わんねえんじゃねえの?
So wait, are you saying that maybe this game will never end? At this rate? Shuhei, Yuna, and Haruna tensed up at those words. Mariko frowned.
伊藤君、それはどういうこと?
What do you mean, Ito?
わかんねえのかよ。
You don't get it?
マリコだって見たはずだろ。説明会場の隣に死体がごちゃっとあるのをさ。
You saw those bodies next to the briefing room too, yeah?
つまりこのゲームを主催している連中はプレイヤーの殺し合いをご所望してるわけよ。
In other words, the people running this game are hoping the players will kill each other.
なのに俺たちはまだこうして全員生きている。つうわけで。
And yet we're all still alive. So in other words...
やめろ、大輔。それ以上口にするな。
Stop it, Daisuke. Don't say another word. Huh?
藤田先輩、ここまで言われてしまってはもう遅いんじゃありませんか?
Fujita, isn't it a bit too late to be saying that at this point? Shuei's face froze at Tsukasa's question. That was a decisive blow.
もしかして誰かが死なない限りこのゲームは終わらないということですか?
Does that mean this game will never end until someone dies?
嘘ですよね?
You're kidding, right?
本当なの? 藤田君.
Is that true, Fujita?
しゅうちゃん、私たちに本当のことを教えてよ。
Shu, tell us the truth.
わかった。
Alright. Shuhei gave up and sighed.
俺は昨日と今日、説明会があったあの場所で運営の男と話をしてみたんだ。
I talked to the administrator man yesterday and today at the room the briefing was held.
向こうもはっきりと明言したわけじゃないが、今の状態を保っていても、おそらくこのゲームは終わらない。
He didn't say flat out, but it's like this game won't end if the situation stays the way it is.
つまり、伊藤の言葉は正しいということなのか?
In other words, Ito was right?
ああ
Yeah.
んなこったろうと思ったぜ。だったらさっさと一人ぶっ殺した方が早いんじゃねえのか?
I fucking thought so. In that case, won't we better if we just get it over with and off someone already? Kurokawa said then glared at everyone there. And just as his eyes began to settle on Majima,
待ちなさい、黒川。あんた、それがどういう事態を引き起こすか、ちゃんと分かってるんでしょうね。
hold on, Kurokawa. You do know what doing such a thing will entail, right?
確かクリア条件がより殺人を助長する内容に変わる可能性があるとか言ってたっけか?
If I remember right, you guys said that there's a possibility our clear conditions will change into something that'll promote killing, yeah?
そうだ。だからバカなことを考えるのはやめてくれ。
That's right. Stop saying stupid shit like that.
でもよ、そうしないとこのゲームは終わんねえんだろ? 一生ここで暮らすなんて俺は嫌だぜ。
Well, you know, this game will never end unless we do that. I don't want to spend the rest of my life living here.
黙りなさい。じゃないとその口を縫い付けるわよ。
Be silent, or I'll sew your mouth shut.
うわぁ、相変わらず怖い姉ちゃんだこと。
Ugh, scary as ever. Why you...
春菜、落ち着いて。
Calm down, Haruna.
それで先輩は何か対策は考えているんですか？昨日からずっと一人で行動していたようですけど。
So, Fujita, have you come up with a counter strategy? You have been acting on your own since yesterday.
ああ、俺はずっとこのフィールドからの脱出方法を探していたんだ。
Yeah. I've been looking for a way to try to escape the field. Everyone's eyes widened.
脱出方法だ。
Escape?
っておいおい、そんな真似したら首輪を爆破されちまうんじゃねえのか？
Whoa, whoa. Won't our cars blow up if we try to pull that kind of shit?
確か基本ルールにプレイヤーは制限されたフィールドから外へ出てはならないってのがあったはずだぜ。
I mean, if I remember right, the rules we got said that we can't leave the field, yeah?
それは分かっている。
I know that.
だから俺はまず先に首輪をなんとかしようと思っている。
That's why I was thinking about trying to do something to the collar first.
まあそれ以外に方法はないでしょうね。
Well, that's probably the only way.
でもこの会話って多分運営の人にも聞かれていますよね。この首輪に盗聴器が仕掛けられていないわけないですし。
But the administrators are probably listening in on this very conversation, right? There's no way they didn't put any kind of listening devices in these things.
おそらくな。
Most likely.
じゃあここで運営の反感を買うような真似をすれば運営に首輪を爆破されてしまうのではありませんか？
Don't the administrators just detonate our cars if we try to go against their wishes?
いや、運営の男は俺たちが基本ルールを犯さない限り首輪を爆破させることはないと言っていた。
No. The administrator said that they won't detonate our cars as long as we don't break basic rules.
はあ？そんな口約束信用しろっていうのかよ。俺らをいきなり拉致するような連中だぜ。
Huh? Are you telling us to believe that random shit they pulled out of their asses? These are the guys who grabbed us, you know?
仮にそれが本当だったとしてもよ。じゃあ具体的に首輪をどうするつもりだよ。
And even if that is true, then what the hell are we supposed to do about our collars then?
解体するのは多分無理だぜ。これ経験者としての意見だからな。
It's probably impossible to disassemble them, you know? I'm talking from experience here. Shuhei fell silent, and Daisuke gave a victorious smirk. But Mariko could do nothing but watch. If this kept up, Daisuke, Kurokawa, and Tsukasa might act to put an end to this game. If that happened, then according to the rules the administrators had set up, the 14 then would have to kill each other. I can't let that happen. I've already come this far following the administrator's rules. But just what are we supposed to do? Just then, a memory flashed through Mariko's mind like a divine revelation.
どうしたマリコ？
What is it, Mariko? Majima asked that with confusion. Mariko forgot to answer that, and desperately searched through the fragments of her memories. That's right. It was on the second day of the game. Right before Kurokawa had shot Majima's leg, Mariko had read a sentence about a way to escape the area. And Mariko had been unconsciously carrying that notepad in her jacket pocket the whole time since then.
みんなちょっとこれを見て。
Guys, look at this! Mariko shouted at everyone and took the notepad out of her pocket.
それは
What's that?
以前このゲームに参加していたプレイヤーの遺留品から見つかったものよ。
This belonged to a player who had participated in the former game here.
その人も脱出の方法を探っていたみたいなの。
It seemed that person was also looking for a way to escape.
みんなここを見て。この文章の意味わかる人いる？
Look at this, guys. Don't you understand what the sentence means? In accordance with Mariko's words, everyone except Kurokawa got closer in order to look at the notepad. Using the delay of Mariko's PDA to illuminate it, they read the sentence. Alright, this is a very fragmented Japanese, so I'll try. I'll see what I can do, basically. Way to escape the area. The detonation of the collar occurs due to a signal sent by the administrators. It's yeah, I guess it kind of does. It's just meant to represent like dirt and mud and stuff blocking the letters. It's the same writers did something very similar with certain documents in Root Double. It is likely that the signal is a short range thing. With day-to-day objects, it may be possible to block the signal. There is a need to jam the block out the radio waves. Signal blockage. Necessary items. Let's see. Alright, necessary items. Lead, aluminum, metal, something panel, metal, 10 yen coin. With these 4 items, and then the rest is blank there. And something possible to make a homemade something. The letters were faded, so it was very difficult to read. Shuhei knit his eyebrows and spoke.
俺にはわからない。誰かわかる人はいるか？
I don't get it. Does anyone here do?
いや、僕にもわかりませんね。東堂先輩は？
No, me neither. What about you, Toto?
わからないわね。
Nope,
私も
me neither.
10円玉とかアルミホイルとかどう脱出につながるんだろう。
What does a 10-yen coin and aluminum foil have to do with escaping? Hmm? They finally found something that could have been useful, but was it pointless after all? Mariko's thoughts started heading in a negative direction.
ひょっとしてこのメモを書いた人は電波吸収体を作ろうとしてたんじゃないかな。
Wait. Was the person who wrote this note trying to make a radio wave absorber? Mitsuru spoke when he finally realized that.
わかるの？白崎くん。
Huh? You understand it, Shirosaki?
多分間違いないと思う。
Yeah. I think I'm right about this.
みつる、電波吸収体っていうのは何だ？
Mitsuru, what's a radio wave absorber?
その名の通り電波を吸収する素材だよ。
It's what the name says. Material that absorbs radio waves. Mitsuru pointed to the notepad.
ほらメモのこの部分。和の爆破は運営の電波によって出るって書いてあるだろ。
See how it talks here about how the college detonation is caused by radio waves sent by the administrators?
これはきっと運営が首輪を爆破するときに爆破用の信号電波を送っているって意味だと思うんだ。
I think it means that the administrators send some sort of radio wave signal to detonate the collars in those times.
つまりその電波を遮れば首輪が爆破されることはない。
In other words, if you block those radio waves, then the collars won't detonate.
だからこのプレイヤーさんはそう思ってこの場で電波吸収体を作って脱出しようと思ってたんじゃないかな。
So maybe this player thought about that and was trying to make a radio wave absorber to try to escape the place?
なるほど、その発想はありませんでした。しかしなぜこれだけの文面でそう思ったんですか？
I see. I never considered that. What gave you that idea with all this text?
メモの中にある鉛、アルミ、銅、これは全部電波吸収体の材料なんだ。
The part of the note that says lead, aluminum, and metal. These are all tools used in a radio wave absorbent.
それからここに書いてあるグリネルっていうのは正確にはグリッドパネル、網目状の鉄のことさ。
And this part they're talking about here is probably a grid panel. It's this grid-shaped metal.
それにほらここに電集体って文字があるでしょ。だから電波吸収体で間違いないと思うよ。
And look, it says Radzorbent right here. So I think it's talking about a radio wave absorbent. Pretty sure of that.
すごいのです、みつる。まるで名探偵みたいなのです。
Amazing, Mitsuru! You're like a brilliant detective! Hasane and everyone shouted in, with astonishment after Mitsuru explained.
ああ、大したもんだ。でもどうしてそんなに詳しいんだ？
Yeah, you're something else. But how do you know that much about it?
いや、僕の家小さな町工場なんだよ。以前電波吸収隊の発注を受けたことがあってね、それを手伝ったことがあったんだ。
Oh, well, my house is actually a small backstreet workshop. We once got an order to make a, for a, radio wave absorbent, so I helped make it.
電波吸収体の仕組みは簡単だよ。グリッドパネルに複数の金属でコーティングすればいい。
It's simple to construct a radio wave absorbent. You just need to coat the grid panel with several kinds of metals.
ちょっと待ってください。金属でコーティングって言いましたけど、それはどうやってやるんですか？
Please hold on a minute. You spoke about coating in metal, but how exactly do you do that?
金属の融点は鉛以外は1000度以上、焚き火ぐらいじゃ溶けたりしないはずですが。
Apart from lead, the melting point of metal is over 1,000 degrees Celsius. Not something we could melt with a campfire.
いや、金属を溶かす以外にもコーティングの方法はある。
No, there are other ways to perform coating other than melting metals.
電極と酸と、そしてコーティング用の元となる金属があれば電気メッキができるんだ。
If you have an electrode, acid, and metals used in coating, you can make electricity plating. Plating?
それって金メッキとかそういうメッキのこと？
You mean like the kind used in gilding? One unexpected word out of the next came out of Mitsuru's mouth. He explained those too.
そう、金属とかの表面に別の金属で表面処理したもののことや、その処理方法をメッキっていうのさ。
Alright, that's right. By applying another metal to the surface of a certain metal, as well as the method itself is known as plating.
細かい原理は省いて説明するけど、簡単に言うと、酸で腐食させた金属を電気を使って別の金属に付着させる方法なんだ。
I'll keep out the detailed explanation. But put simply, It's a method where you use electricity to make a metal corrode by acid stick to another metal.
電極は PDA のバッテリーがあるし、酸は診療所とかにあればいいんだけど、あとはさっきも言ったけど重金属だね。
Our PDA batteries have electrodes. And the clinic or something should have acid. And all we need after that is, like I said, heavy metals.
メッキ処理をするグリッドパネルは多分首輪を上から覆うことになるだろうから、柔らかい金属の網がいいんだけど。
Sorry, 1 second. The grid panel used in the plating. We can probably use the grid panel for the plating to cover the collar. So a grid of soft metals would be ideal.
それなら麦の製粉に使ったふるいの網が使えるかも。
In that case, we can use the old netting we used for gathering the wheat.
ってことは試してみる価値はありそうだな。
Which means it looks like it's worth trying out then.
私も力いっぱいサポートするよ。
Yes, I'll help the best I can too.
ひとみもひとみも。
Me too, me too.
はい。私もお手伝いします。
Yeah, I'll help too.
初音も頑張れるのです。ね、みつる。
I'll do my best too. Right, Mitsuru?
ああ、僕だってこのまま運営の思惑通りにみんなと殺し合いなんかしたくない。だから全力で協力するよ。
Yeah. I don't want to go along with what the administrators want, kill everyone either. So I'll help out to the best I can.
私も難しいことは全く理解できませんでしたが、言ってもらえれば何でもします。ちなみに司はどうするのですか？
I can't understand all this complicated talk, but just say the word and I'll help in any way I can. By the way, what will you be doing, Skasa?
まあこれだけ話している時点で運営が何もしてこないところを見ると、今のところは協力しても問題なさそうかな。
Well, considering the administrators haven't blown our heads off after all the talking we've been doing, it seems there's no trouble in helping out.
大輔はどうするの？
What are you gonna do, Daisuke?
嫌だな、春菜ちゃんってば。みんながこれだけまとまってるのに俺だけ反対するわけねえだろ。
Come on, Haruna. There's no way I'm gonna say no when everyone else is all for it, yeah?
ったく調子がいいんだから。
Sheesh, I swear.
それじゃ運営が何考えてるのかはひとまず置いといて、やるだけやってみるってことで。
Anyway, let's just not think about what the administrators are planning right now and do what we can.
みつる、いい情報をありがとう。あんたの知識がなきゃこのメモも無駄になってたわ。
Thanks for this good information, Mitsuru. This note would have gone to waste if you didn't have your knowledge.
いや、そんなたまたま知ってただけだよ。
Oh, you're making me blush. I just happen to know this, that's all.
謙遜しないの。それとマリコ、よくこのメモのことを思い出してくれたわ。
本当にお手柄だったわね。
Don't be humble. And Mariko, you did a good job remembering this note. You were a big help. Everyone gave Mariko a warm glance. She wondered if she herself was able to grow as well, and if she was able to form bonds with everyone. Just when Mariko was thinking that, Hawajima gave her a smile as though he'd seen through her thoughts.
マリコ、よかったな。
Good job, Mariko.
ありがとう。
Yeah, thank you. But the game wasn't over yet. Mariko tensed herself back up and looked at everyone's faces. I don't want to lose to the rules the administrator set up for us. That sentiment welled up within her.
さてと、あと返事をしてないのは黒川だけ。
Now then, Kurokawa's the only one who hasn't answered.
ってあれ、あいつどこに行ったの？
Wait, huh? Where'd he go? Huh? They hastily looked in the direction Kurokawa had been, but he was nowhere to be found. Right after that, Yui pointed to the woods and shouted,
あ、黒川さん、皆さん、あそこです。
Oh, guys, there he is, over there! They looked to find Kurokawa standing by the woods.
気づきやがったか。
I knows, huh?
待ってくださいよ、黒川さん。どこに行くつもりなんですか？
Please wait, Kurokawa! Where do you think you're going?
てめえらみたいな甘い連中にいつまでも付き合ってられるかや。
Like hell, I'm just gonna stick around with a bunch of naive idiots like you guys.
このゲームは運営のクソどもに完全に支配された場所なんだぜ。な中でジタバタあがいてどうするよ。
This place is under the total control of those administrator fuckers. So what good's putting up a fight supposed to do?
ヒューマニズムで力に対抗できるっつうんならな。そもそも今の世の中はこんな風になってねえっつうんだよ。
If humanism could stand up against power, then the world wouldn't be the way it is now.
連中のやり方が気に入らねえっつうならよ。このゲームで何が何でも生き残って。
If you hate this game, if you hate the way this game is run, sorry, if you hate the way those bastards do things, then you gotta survive this game no matter what.
その上で連中が持っている以上の力を手に入れて思いっきりぶっ潰してやるしかねえんだよ。
And the only way to do that is get your hands on more power than them and crush them. Kurokawa then turned around and headed deeper into the woods.
待ってくださいよ、黒川さん。どうしてそっちに行っちゃうんですか？
Please wait, Kurokawa. Why are you going that way?
私たちは敵じゃないはずなのに。
We're not your enemies.
世の中だって敵ばっかりじゃないはずなのに、どうしてすぐそうやって敵ばっかり作ろうとするんですか？
The world isn't made up of only just enemies, so why are you constantly trying to make everyone out to be your enemy?
そうなの変ですよ、黒川さん。ねえ、待ってくださいってば。
That doesn't make any sense, Kurokawa. Hey, please wait up. But Kurokawa didn't react the least bit to Yui's words, and he vanished into the darkness. All that was left afterwards were Yui's sobs.
ああ、ありゃ死亡フラグってやつだね。あいつ明日になったら死んでるぜ。
Oh boy, now that's a death flag if I ever saw one. He'll be dead tomorrow, yeah?
バカなこと言ってんじゃないの。
Quit saying stupid shit like that!
くそ。それにしても、どうして黒川のやつ、あんなにも堅くななんだ。
Damn it. But still, why is Kurokawa so damn stubborn? That was a question no one could answer. The world isn't full of only just enemies, so why are you constantly trying to make everyone out to be your enemy? Masuki Kurokawa ignored that voice and walked deeper into the woods. Stupid girl. Irritation welled in his heart. Yui's honest question had triggered his irritation. It's not like I'm making everyone else be my enemy because I like it. That's just the way the world works. Everyone's your enemy from day one. Only reason she could say, naive, stupid naive shit like that was because she didn't know that. That's what Kurokawa thought. And so, as Kurokawa walked out of destination in mind, before long, moist air touched his cheeks. It seemed rain clouds were approaching. Right after he thought that, rain started pouring down. Fuck. Rain again, huh? Kurokawa hated rain. All it did was bring back memories he'd rather forget. Come to think of it, it rained that day too, huh? Kurokawa recalled a distant memory when he muttered that. It was a memory of the day he was abandoned by his mother. Kurokawa never had a father to begin with. His mother worked at a cabaret club and raised him all by herself. But to her son, his mother was a beautiful woman. It seems she had many patrons as well. To a mother like that, she probably considered her son nothing but a boil in the way. Kurokawa himself had thought he and his mother got along fairly well. And yet one day when he was 11 years old, he returned from school only to find his mother gone. All that was left was a note that said sorry and two 10,000 yen bills. Kurokawa spent those 20,000 yen over the course of 2 months. He waited in the apartment he shared with his mother, waiting for her return. But by the third month, a teacher at his school figured out what was going on. And then, before Kurokawa even knew what was happening, he was thrown into an orphanage. He couldn't get used to the orphanage. Kurokawa wanted to be in his apartment because his mother might come back. He escaped the orphanage many times and went to the now empty apartments that they'd shared. He also went to the cabaret club his mother had worked at. Eventually, a former co-worker of his mother spoke to him. He was a sketchy man in black clothes. But the man said this to Kurokawa. "If you can't get used to the orphanage, want to work for me?" Kurokawa jumped at the chance. He immediately left the orphanage, earned money with his own power. Out of a desire to rent that apartment again. He worked under the man for cheap as a courier. Kurokawa never knew what he was carrying, but it was a living at the very least. And when he finally got enough money and went to the apartment, it had already been demolished. He stood there absolutely dumbfounded in the middle of the rain. I need to remember that bullshit. Despite him saying that, one unpleasant memory after the next arose to Kurokawa's mind. He was in shock for a while after he saw the demolished apartment building. But then the shock blew away, and he decided to forget about his mother. He didn't feel like going back to the orphanage. So through a go-between, he rented an apartment and started living there on his own. After that, he started doing jobs aside from being a courier. He did anything in order to live. He didn't feel bad to live by his own power. He earned the respect he earned a certain amount of respect from the people around him, and he was able to feel pride in it. It was around then he met Majima. It was raining on that day too. So Majima beat him up, shaking Kurokawa to his core. Even though the world was a shitty place, he'd been living in it by his own power alone. That was why he couldn't lose to anyone.
敵だよ。どいつもこいつも。油断すりゃ騙され、打ちのめされるだけだ。
They're all enemies. Every last one of them. If you lay your guard down, they'll just trick you or beat the crap out of you. Yui didn't know that. He didn't want a girl like that talking about his own thoughts. No, he didn't want a girl like that preaching her own thoughts to him. As Kurokawa thought about that, his body chilled down. He wondered if there was a place he could take shelter from the rain. He didn't want to go back to the village. Right when Kurokawa thought that, a cabin came into view. Will this do? Kurokawa said that and entered the cabin. He was all by himself, away from anyone. All while unaware of what awaited him there. Day 8. Alright, we'll be back in about 5 minutes. I'm just gonna get a quick drink break. Alright, let's continue. The morning after Kurokawa had left the village, it had stopped raining. It was Haruno and Daisuke who pinned down where he was. He was holed up in the cabin in Area 7 and wasn't trying to go outside. Once they learned that, everyone suggested tying up Kurokawa, but Yui was very much against it. In the end, they decided to let Kurokawa walk freely so long as Yui and Yuna kept an eye on him. And right now, Shuhei Fuji and the others, using the clinic as their starting point, scrounge the field to look for the materials needed to make a radio wave absorber.
ミツル、釣り糸についてるこの重りは使えるかな？
Mitsuru, can we use this weight attached to the string?
これは鉛だからちょうどいいね。
Yeah, this is lead, so it'll be perfect.
建物に使われている釘を抜いてきた。これは鉄だろう。
I pulled out one of the nails used to make this building. This is metal, right? Iron, right?
食料が入っていた一斗缶って何かに使えるわよね。
Was there anything we used from the cans that the food came in?
ありがとう二人とも。釘はこっちに置いといて。一斗缶は薬品を入れる容器にするよ。
Alright, I'm sorry. Thanks, you guys. Leave the nail over here, and we'll use the can as a holder for the chemicals.
ふるいについてた網を剥がしておいたよ。
I got the nets.
ひたみまひたみま。
Me too, me too.
全部で5つか。重ね合わせて強力にしなきゃいけないから、網はもっと必要かな。
So that's 5 in total, huh? We need some elbow grease in order to bring them all together. So we might need some more netting.
わかった。それを私たちが探してみる。行くわよ、大輔。
Alright. We'll go get it. Let's go, Daisuke.
おう、任せとけ。網ぐらいすっげえたくさん見つけてきてやるよ。
Yep. Just leave it to me. We'll find a shitload of webbing, just you wait.
まったく調子のいい。
This guy, I swear.
それよりもつる、古い体温計を見つけました。水銀が使われてるみたいですけど。
Anyway, Mitsuru, I found an old thermometer. It seems like it uses mercury.
水銀か。それもこっちに置いといて。
Mercury, huh? Good. Put that down right here, too.
白崎先輩、薬品棚を調べてみましたけど、金属を腐食させるのに使えそうな薬品はないですね。
Shirosaki. I checked the medicine shelves, but I didn't find any medicine that looked like it could be used to corrode metal.
そうか。
I see.
確か農具が保管してあるあの小屋に農薬用の薬品がいくつか置いてあったはずだけど、それは流用できないのか？
If I remember right, in that shed with all the farming tools were some chemicals used for farming. Is it possible we can use those?
農薬なら酸性のものもアルカリ性のものもあるはずですから、それならきっといけますよ。
Oh, if they're agricultural chemicals, they should have acid and alkaline, materials mixed in with them, so we can use those.
よし、すぐ取りに行こう。
Alright, I'll go get them.
ええ、ご一緒します。
Yes, I'll come with you. They nod at each other, and Shuhei and Shuhei and Tsukasa left the clinic. Shuhei and Daisuke, that would've been stupid. Just then, Yui and Yuna, who were supposed to have been in Area 7, hastily came running back.
どうした二人とも黒川に何かあったのか
What's wrong, guys? Something happened to Kurokawa?
それがなんか様子が変なのよ。
About that, he's acting strange.
変って具体的にはどういう風に？
Define strange. The other members came out of the clinic at the sound of Yui's voice.
黒川さんがどうかしたの？
Did something happen to Kurokawa?
まさか武器でも手に入れたとかかよ。
Oh crap. Don't tell me he got his hands on the weapon or something.
それじゃあ初音たちを襲いに来るですか？
Then he's coming right for us?
大輔、適当なことは言わないで。
Daisuke, stop saying whatever random shit comes into your head.
いや、だってよ。
Well, I mean, I wasn't joking.
とにかく話を聞きましょう。ねえ、ゆいさんにユーナさん、様子が変って聞こえたけど、どういうことなの？
Anyway, let's just hear each other out. So, Yuna, what do you mean when you said he was acting weird?
それが、私たちがちょっと小屋から目を離した隙に、黒川さんの姿が見えなくなって。
Well, we took our eyes off the cabin for a minute, and then when we looked back, Kurokawa was gone.
それで、慌てて探したんですけど、どこにもいなくって。
And then we ran around looking for him, but we couldn't find him.
ということは黒川は今行方不明なのか？
Which means Kurokawa is missing right now?
違うのよ。気づいたら、また山小屋の中に戻っていたの。
No. After we realized that, we went back into the mound cabin.
しかも、なんか暗い感じの表情になっていて。
No, before we knew it, he went back to the cabin. He had kind of a dark look on his face, too. And then he suddenly left the cabin and headed right this way.
つまり今ここに来ようとしてるのか
In other words, he's heading this way?
大事を取って先回りして戻ってきたわ。
Yeah. Just to be safe, we took a shortcut to get back here. It seemed Yuna wanted to avoid being alone with Daisuke. Sorry, Kurokawa. Okay, though, let's be fair, we do want to be away from Daisuke. I just want to show how dangerous the situation was.
黒川が姿を消していたのはどのくらいの間だったんだ
How long has it been since Kurokawa disappeared?
多分20分くらいだったと思います。
About 20 minutes, I think.
20分か
20 minutes, huh? You know what happened during that blank. But Shuhei had to consider the possibility he'd obtained a weapon.
ユーナ、春菜、レイまずは俺が黒川と話してみるつもりだがもし俺たちを襲うつもりだった場合は頼めるか
Yuna, Haruna, Rei. I plan to try talking to Kurokawa, but if that goes south and he plans on attacking me, can I count on you?
ええ、任せて。
Yes, leave it to us. Sorry, one second.
Anna タンクトップ男、我々の手にかかればひとひねりです。
If I get my hands on that tank top guy, I'm gonna give him such a twist.
ああ、だが油断はしないでくれ。
Good. But don't let your guards down.
昨日の様子を見る限り、黒川はプレイヤー内から死者が出ることについて何とも思っていない節があるからな。
From what we saw yesterday, Kurokawa wouldn't care if one of us end up dead.
藤田、俺も加勢しようか。
Fujita, should I join in?
いや、真島はここに待機していてくれ。真島の足はユーナと違ってそこまで回復していないはずだろ。
No. You wait on standby here. Unlike Yuna, your leg is not as healed, right?
それにできるだけ黒川を刺激したくない。
I'd rather we avoid trying to rile Kurokawa as much as possible.
分かった。
Got it.
ユイさん、黒川はあとどのくらいでここに着く？
Yui, but how much longer will it be until Kurokawa gets here?
多分もうそろそろ。
Probably any minute now.
みんなは診療所の中に入っていてくれ。
Alright, get in the clinic, everyone.
分かったわ。さあみんな。
Alright, let's go, guys.
でも私は。
But I...
ユイさんもだ。ここは俺たちに任せてくれ。
You too, Yui. Leave this to us.
はい。わかりました。
Alright, I understand.
周平くん、黒川さんのことお願いします。
Shuhei, please take care of Kurokawa. Yui bowed her head and went to the clinic with everyone else. Before long, a large young man walked out from the woods. Kurokawa suddenly looked up as though he'd noticed Shuhei waiting for him on standby.
なんだ、気づいてやがったんだ。
Oh, so you noticed me? Yui had mentioned earlier that Kurokawa had seemed to have a somewhat depressed and dark look on his face, and that was and she had been exactly right. There was heavy exhaustion on his face, his voice lacked force, and the beast-like violence that dwelled in his eyes had vanished.
黒川、ここへ何しに来た？
Kurokawa, what did you come here for?
何しに
What did I come here for, huh?
ああ、おい。てめえらにちょっと手伝ってほしいことがあるんだが、頼めるか。
Hey, listen. There's something I'd like your guys' help with. Can you lend me a hand?
お断りします。どうせ悪事に決まっています。
I refuse. You're up to no good, no two ways about it.
いやね。ここは周平が話すって約束でしょうが。
Wait, Ray. You promised to let Shuhei do the talking, right?
ですが、
But...
二人とも黙って。
Be quiet, you two. Ray and Yuna shut up at those words. Shuhei spoke up again in the heavy silence.
黒川、手伝ってほしいことの内容を教えてくれ。
Kurokawa, tell me what you want help with.
ああ、
Right.
俺は見てねえが、確か説明会ってのに参加した連中が初日に運営のクソ野郎から死体を見せられてるんだってよな。
I didn't see it for myself, but those who were at the briefing on the first day said something about those goddamn administrators showing off a mountain of bodies, yeah?
そうだが、それが？
Yeah, but what of it?
頼みっつうのは、その死体を埋めるのを手伝ってくれってことだ。
I wanted to ask you if you'd help me bury the bodies.
死体を埋める？
Bury the bodies? Shuhei furrowed his eyebrows. He hadn't been expecting to hear that.
埋めてどうするんだ？
What are you gonna do when you bury them?
その死体はそのまま部屋の中に放置されてるんだろう。
Those bodies have been left to rot in that room, right?
それじゃああんまりだと思ってな。
I think that's too cruel.
ってつまり弔いたいってことか？
So, you want to hold a funeral for them?
ああ、でも一人でやったんじゃ時間がかかっちまう。 だからおめえらに手伝ってほしいんだよ。
Yeah, but it'd take time if I did by myself. So I want your help, all of you.
頼む。
Please. Kurokawa then bowed deeply. Shuhei and the others gasped at Kurokawa's attitude. Just what happened to him in the 20 minutes where Yui and Yuna had lost sight of him? It was like the Kurokawa in front of them was a totally different person. Was he planning something? But Kurokawa didn't seem like the kind of person to put on any act. Ray whispered into Shuhei's ear.
周平、今の黒川は様子がおかしすぎます。このまま監禁した方がいいのではありませんか？
Shuhei. Kurokawa was acting way too strange right now. Wouldn't it be better to, lock him up again?
いや、黒川の協力要請に応じよう。
No. Let's accept Kurokawa's offer.
大丈夫なの？
Will he be okay?
わからない。だが俺はユイさんに黒川のことを頼まれたんだ。できるだけ彼女の意は汲んでやりたい。
I don't know. But Yui asked me to take care of him. I want to respect your wishes as much as possible.
オッケー。わかったわ。
Alright, got it.
黒川、あんたが武器を持ってないかどうか、ボディチェックをさせてもらうわよ。
Kurokawa, let me perform a body check on you to make sure you're not carrying any weapons.
ああ、好きにしてくれ。
Fine. Do whatever you want. Kurokawa said that and raised his arms into the air. During the whole time Yuna was checking him, Kurokawa displayed no hostile intent, nor was he carrying any weapons. After that, Shuhei and the others, with Kurokawa, buried the victims of the last game. Kurokawa said nothing the whole time. Everyone was completely dumbfounded by his sudden change in attitude. That went for Yui too, of course. And time passed. The 8th night of the game arrived on the field. The forest was covered in darkness, and there were no signs of anyone around. Yui Ogihara walked by herself amongst all that.
暗いし、怖いな。
It's dark and scary.
もし今誰かに襲われたら、私一瞬でやられちゃうんだろうな。
If someone were to attack me right now, I'd probably get wiped out in an instant. But even so, she felt she couldn't back away. Her desire to go to that place outweighed her fear of the darkness and any possible enemies.
だってせっかく戻ってきてくれたのに、みんな黒川さんのことを気味悪がってばかりだから。
He finally came back and all, but everyone's treating Kurokawa like he's totally creepy. Even after they finished burying the bodies, Kurokawa had stayed in the village. He hadn't tried picking any fights with Majima, and he did was told to, and helped gather the necessary materials for the radio wave absorber. He also didn't have anything particular to say during dinner. And simply ate the food Kotomi had cooked in silence. To Yui, Kurokawa looked like he'd wasted away. But yet to everyone else, it only seemed like he was acting weird. Perhaps because it only seemed like he was acting weird, they didn't show him any consideration. Yui was the only one who tried talking to him, but all she got in return was the usual shut-ups from him. Before long, she found the cabin came to view in the darkness. It was the cabin Kurokawa had stayed in when he'd gone off on his own. Suspecting the reason for his change may have laid in that cabin, Yui decided to go investigate it. She stepped into the cabin and relied on the moonlight as she searched around. But she didn't find anything. She didn't even know what she was supposed to be looking for to begin with. Even so, she wandered around the dark cabin for a while, but didn't find anything. Look prospective.
この小屋に秘密があるわけじゃないのかな。
This cabin doesn't have some sort of secret, does it? Perhaps there was a different reason for Kurokawa's sudden change. Yui was about to leave the cabin when she thought that. Suddenly, she knows something odd. When she'd been walking around the cabin earlier, the sound of her footsteps sound like they changed from time to time. Yui took out her pocket light and checked the floor to find that there was a conspicuous wooden panel lying there. And then next to the panel was some sort of small handle. Yui pulled on the handle. When she did, hold on a second. Sorry, when she did, she found a pit appeared.
地下室?
A basement? There was an old ladder on the inside of the pit. It was probably a basement that was used for storing emergency food. Yui instinctively gulped. She now understood why Kurokawa had suddenly vanished, even though they can keep an eye on him the whole time. He'd probably gone down to this basement. And what had he been doing there in that 20-minute blank?
黒川さんに何が。
What was Kurokawa? Yui pressed down on their pounding heart. And looked down at that entrance where the moonlight didn't reach. She then made up her mind and went down on the ladder, taking care not to drop her pocket light. The pocket light illuminated the inside the basement. It was an empty room, perhaps because the administrators might have disposed of any emergency food that might have once been there.
黒川さんはここで一体何を。
Just what was Kurokawa doing down here? Yui carefully searched the basement. The ladder, the ceiling, the floor. She finally found the corner of the wall and noticed that there were sentences scribbled on it. Yui walked over to the wall and looked at the letters. It looked like someone had carved those letters onto the wall, a hard wall, using a blade or something. And just then... What? Yui's eyes were drawn to certain letters. It was the name Kurokawa was written there. Last will and testament of Saki Kurokawa. If anyone's reading this, tell this to Masaki. I don't care even if you're the one who killed me. Go to an apartment in Shinsaki, apartment 102, and tell the boy Masaki Kurokawa living there that his mother is dead. Masaki, I'm sorry. It looks like your mom's gonna die here. I was kidnapped by a group of strange men. Up until today, we've been forced to kill each other. It's already been 5 days since the game started. Apart from me, there are only 6 left. But it doesn't look like I can keep on living any longer. They finally found out I'm the queen. Every last one of them is after me. They shot me earlier, and my arm won't stop bleeding. It might have gone one of my veins. Fucking hell. I want to go home. I want to go home and see you. This isn't good. My hands are shaking. I wish I could have seen you one last time, Masaki. This is... Yui's body tensed up, her voice trembling. If the Masaki Kurokawa that was mentioned here was the Kurokawa that Yui knew, then...
まさかこれ黒川さんのお母さんの。
No way! This is from Kurokawa's mom? Yui trembled when she realized that cruel reality. Just then, she heard a sound behind her. Yui turned around in surprise. When she did, she saw a large figure descending the ladder. Using her pocket light, she illuminated the figure to find...
黒川さん。
見たのかよ。
You saw it, didn't you? When Yui instinctively felt quiet, Kurokawa grabbed her by the lapels and pushed her against the wall.
なんでこの場所に来やがった。興味半分か、は
Why did you come here? Just out of interest, huh?
そんなこと。
That's not...
ただ私は黒川さんが気になって。
I was just worried about you, so...
気になってじゃねえよ。ぶっ殺されてえか、こら。
Like hell. You wanna get killed?
おふくろの死に場所に土足で踏み込んできやがって。
How dare you sully my mother's resting place with those dirty shoes of yours.
でも私知らなかったから。
But I didn't know.
知らなかっただ。
You didn't know?
それを言ったらな。俺だって知らなかったっつんだよ。
Well, guess fucking what? I didn't know either. His voice was full of rage. But his eyes were blurry with sorrow.
黒川さん。
おふくろはな、俺が11の時に俺を置いてどっかへ消えた。それから俺はずっと一人で生きてきた。
When I was 11, my mom abandoned me and went off somewhere. Ever since then, I've lived on my own.
誰にも舐められねえように、何もかんも力に頼って生きてきたんだ。
I relied solely on power, so no one would look down on me and make a punk out of me.
いつかおふくろに会ったとしても、俺はおふくろのことを鼻で笑ってやろうって思ってた。
So that even if I came across my mom someday, I could go laugh right up into her face.
てめえがいなくても、俺の人生には何の関係もなかったって感じだよ。
So I could show her that my life went just fine without her.
だから俺はこのゲームだって、他の連中を全員ぶっ殺してでも生き残ってやるつもりだったんだ。
And that's why I planned on surviving this game, even if it meant killing everyone else.
だのによ。
So,
なんだよ。このクソみてえなオチはよ。
so... What the fuck's with this shitty turn of events?
ふざけんなよ、運営の連中。俺のおふくろはこんな薄暗い場所で。
Don't fucking joke with me, you fucking administrators. My mom died in this dark place.
帰ってお前に会いたかったって。なんだよ、そりゃよ。
What the hell's with all this? I want to go home and see you. Shit. Kurokawa's face warped, looking as though he could cry at any second. But even so, the tears didn't come. He grit his teeth and was trying to suppress all his emotions. And so, in order to relieve his suffering, Yui embraced Kurokawa's large body.
何してんだ。なぜや。
What the fuck are you doing? Let me go.
嫌です。
No.
話せっつってんだ。
I said let me go. Kurokawa's fist slammed into Yui's side. But Yui didn't let go. She only clung tighter to Kurokawa. She felt if she let go now, She may never be able. She may never feel Kurokawa again.
ごめんなさい黒川さん
I'm sorry, Kurokawa.
勝手にここに来ちゃってお母さんの死に場所怪我して本当にごめんなさい
I'm so sorry for coming here on my own and sullying the place your mom died.
でも私黒川さんのことが知りたかったんです
But I wanted to know more about you. What?
だって黒川さんは私と全然違うから
Because you're totally different from me.
黒川さんに代わってもらうにはどうしたらいいんだろうってそんなことばかり考えていたから
All I could think about was what I could do to change you.
でもそんなことどうでもよくなっちゃいました
But none of that matters anymore.
私黒川さんのこともう分かっちゃいましたから
Because I understand you now.
何が分かったってんだよ
You little. What the hell do you know?
黒川さんがもうこのゲームには参加したくないってことです
That you don't want to play this game anymore.
だってお母さんを殺した連中を楽しませるなんてそんなの嫌だと思ったから
Because it would sicken you to give the people who killed your mom any sort of pleasure.
そうですよね黒川さん
Well, I'm right, aren't I, Kurokawa? Kurokawa froze up for an instant at Yui's words. And after a long silence, Kurokawa answered as though he'd resigned himself. Yeah, you're right.
てめえみたいなやつに
God damn it. Why didn't an airhead like you have to learn about this?
冗談じゃそう
It ain't funny, god damn it.
てめえみたいな偉そうな女に
Why is it that a solo airhead like you had to figure me out? Yui nodded while she was on the verge of tears. Kurokawa's warmth seeped into her arms. And so Yui wished for their hearts to be as one. And with that thought, she embraced him tighter. Day 9. Okay, so we are going to leave off here. So, yep. They have a potential way to get out now. Kurokawa, after discovering the horrible truth about what happened to his mother, now is no longer on board with playing the game. And they're making good progress on creating the radio wave absorber, so maybe, just maybe, they'll find a way out of this. I'll see how that turns out next time, though. So until then, I'll see you all later.